Hello, my name is Roy. I'm the EdTech Explorer. This is an instructional video on how to build a sign up for a parent-teacher conference for a school that has more than 20 teachers and approximately 700 students. The sign up is organized by grade at the top, and then under each grade or tab are all the teachers within that grade. So I'm just going to take you to the pricing for this. You need to actually purchase a monthly subscription, but you're only going to pay for 1 month, which is the month that your sign up is going to be active. So it will cost you approximately $10. You need to pay for this in order to use the tabbing function. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my first sign up that I will then duplicate later, and I'm going to pick a custom template. And then, so here, I've already picked my theme apparently. I've set my dates, it's going to cover the 22nd and 23rd, but I've used both 15-minute intervals and 30-minute time slots for the interviews. Don't worry about the location. Hopefully parents know where your school is. You want to select this in order to add more dates and times. And what you want to do is make sure that all your dates and times are correct before you start duplicating. This will save you a lot of time and frustrations later in editing. So next we're going to look at the settings for this particular sign-up. The name is the parent name that they enter. They need to enter their email address in order for them to get a notification. And you're going to add a custom question here, which forces the parent to actually enter the child's name. But don't worry, this will not be visible online. You have to be logged in as an administrator in order to see this information. This cogwheel here, the settings, you want to make sure that this is clicked here to hide the group names from being online. You also want to make sure that you unclick this one here because you'll receive an email every time someone signs up. And remove ads. For this package, you can remove up to 3 ads on 3 signups. So this is what your sign up will look like live. Okay, so you have your time slots, you have your teacher name. We will need to add in some information later once we've duplicated all the signups to customize it for a parent-teacher conference or student-led conferences. Ready to go live, you have an option of actually uploading parents' emails into here and sending it out through Signup Genius. I would discourage you from doing that. Instead, what you're just going to do is make it live, but copy and paste a link into a sheet. Next, you're going to duplicate the signups, but you have a couple options here. One, you can send an email to staff to gather the information you need for setting up all the additional signups. It's going to take you a couple hours to do all the other signups and customize them. Or the second option is to give them access, which you'll see in a second. Give them access to your login, username, and password, and then they can go through and customize their own personal sign-up based on whether or not they're doing student-led or parent-teacher conferences. Just make sure that they follow the instructions and do what you've asked. So now I'm going to take my original sign up here, which is kindergarten parent-teacher conference, and I'm going to duplicate it for every single grade, and then go in and make changes to each sign up to sort of reflect what the classroom teachers want in terms of whether or not they're doing a parent-teacher conference or student-led conference, and also what time intervals they want for each interview. So now I'm going to go into slots, and what I'm going to do is make some changes here. So I have a couple teachers here who are going to do student-led conferences. So they want me to change the number selected or wanted to 2. So that means that they'll have 2 interviews occurring during each time slot, or 3 in this case. I'm going to enter in here student-led conference. So the parents are aware of what it will look like when they sign up. And also I'm going to change the time intervals below so that they are 30-minute time intervals as opposed to only 15-minute time intervals. So this is what my first sign up will look like live. I've made all the custom changes that I need to. I have Anglish and Smith doing student-led conferences. So the slots there, they have 3 interviews per time slot. Just want to double check to make sure all the information is correct. Now I'm just going to go into my grade 1 sign up and make very similar changes to the kindergarten one that I made. I'm going to change the teachers' names, and I'm going to change the number wanted based on whether or not it's going to be a parent-teacher conference or a student-led conference. You're going to do a lot of copying and pasting when you're setting these up, so it's a good idea to build a Word template that has all the information you need to simply go back and forth between the sign up and the Word document. So now that you've created all your signups for each of your grades and you've edited them, or your teachers have edited them, put in the proper information, you're going to publish them and make them live. You have the option of sending an email out through Sign Up Genius, but we're just going to take it live and then copy and paste the link into our Word document that we'll either send home in an email or by a messenger service. Now, the links for the signups are quite complicated for someone to actually enter them into a web browser if you're not sending out an email with the active link. So what you can do is you can change the links to bit.lys, which will then be easier for a parent to type into a web browser. So I use bit.ly.com to convert links to bit.lys. It's a pretty easy to use site. I'm just going to copy it and then paste it back in my Word document and then delete the original one. Now I'm going to show you how to change those bit.ly links or any link into a QR code that can be used by a mobile device's camera to scan and then take them to the mobile version of the website. We found that most of our parents actually use the mobile version of signup as opposed to navigating it through a web browser. So I use this site because it allows me to convert bit.lys to QR codes. Just copy and paste the bit.ly code in, wait for the QR code to change, and then you're going to copy and paste that back into your Word document. Now when you paste it here, you got to resize it. It's very important to make sure that when you resize it, that your camera can still scan it on your phone. So you're going to want to test that. So I'm going to switch over to a test on my phone just to make sure that it works. So I'm just going to switch over to my phone here and test the QR codes. I'm going to open up my camera app. And it should scan the QR code, and then I can hit the pop-up and navigate to the site. Just want to test them to make sure that they're the right size and that they work okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go into the tabbing feature of the sign up, which is under Tools, and you're going to group all your signups together so that they'll all appear on one website with tabs at the top and sorted by grade. You can see that I have 3 live here and 3 unpublished ones, so eventually I'll want to publish those and add it to my sign up. You're going to go to sign up tabbing. This is what you paid for. You're going to create a new group. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add all your signups to it. Don't worry about the order of the signups. You can always move them afterwards if you need to. I just want to change the tab name to represent each grade. And then just go through and add up all the rest of the signups, and then you'll see it appear at the bottom. I'm just going to take you through the process of how to sign up on a computer versus how to sign up on a mobile phone. They're a little bit different. So I'm just going to click on my bit.ly link here, which will take me to my sign up. Now this one will take me to the first sign up page, which is the kindergarten. And then I'm going to click on a time slot that I want, and hit submit and sign up. Then I'm going to enter in my first and last name and then my email address so that I receive a notification, and then what my child's name is. I also want to make sure that the quantity is set to 1. Now, if they have multiple children, all they have to do is click on one of the tabs at the top for whatever grade the child's going to be in. If they're in a split grade, I always put the lower grade of the classroom teacher. So if it was a 1-2 split, then I put them under the grade 1 tab, as opposed to having several split tabs as well. So again, you just enter in your information again here, and then the parent will receive 2 notifications, 2 emails with the information for their sign up. On a mobile device, the website looks a little bit differently. I wish I had included screen captures on the email that I sent out to parents to help parents navigate. This would have saved a lot of signups that occurred in the kindergarten classroom, specifically the first teacher, which was Winslow. I had to do a lot of moving around. So make sure that parents click on the drop-down menu at the top to select the appropriate grade. Then they need to scroll down to find their actual teacher. If you'll notice, there's a bar at the top of each time that indicates what the teacher's name is. If they don't see their teacher's name there, then they have to scroll to the bottom and click more to continue to find their teacher's name. Once they find an appropriate time, they just, again, have to enter in their information just like before, and then they'll receive an email notification as to the details about their sign up. I'm signed in here as an administrator, and I'm just going to scroll down. You can see the signups. Now, because I'm in as an administrator, I can actually see the parent names. If I were not logged in, then those would not be visible. So I'm going to just click on the print version, and I'm going to select my custom question to check the child's name to confirm that those children are actually in the teacher's classroom. So now if you scroll down here, you can see the parent's name, but now you can also see the student's name. You do have to check daily to make sure parents are actually signing up for the correct class and the correct teacher. Hindsight, when I sent out my newsletter or email, I only had one link for kindergarten. So parents just clicked on the link and then they only signed up for kindergarten interviews regardless of what grade they were in. So the second way to check signups is to go to reports and then select the signups that you want here and then just print off the report. And then you'll be able to see who's signed up. The only problem here is you can't actually see the custom question. You only see the parent name and how many of them they have signed up. So I prefer the other way where you go into the live site and then click on the print settings. Now, if a parent has signed up for the wrong teacher within that grade, it's simple to move them from that sign up to another teacher. So if they signed up for a kindergarten teacher, usually it's the first one, it's pretty easy to move them. So you're just going to select the parent's name and you're going to hit move selected. Then you're going to move this person to an open slot. Then you're going to find the equivalent slot, if possible, under the correct teacher's name. And then you're just going to move them there. If you can't find the same time slot, you may want to contact the parent by phone and just offer them a different time slot so that they have an idea. Once you click on continue, it's going to give you this. You can send a notification to the parent. You just want to personalize the message, letting them know that they signed up for the wrong teacher and that you are moving them. Now, if you need to move an interview to a different sign up or a different grade, this did happen a lot where parents have signed up for kindergarten interviews even though their child was in grade 3 or grade 4. You have to go to the individual sign up, click select, and you're going to click edit. Here you're going to copy the information, the parent's name, the email, the child's name, and you're going to paste it into a Word document because you're going to have to transfer that information to the correct sign up or correct grade. Don't worry about sending an email yet. You're going to do that later once you've moved the person. You don't want them receiving several emails. Or you can actually send them the message here. Just send them an email saying that they've signed up for the wrong person, wrong teacher's interview, and that you're going to try and move them to the same time slot underneath the correct teacher's name. Don't forget to delete the sign up. And here you're not going to have to send the message because you already sent one. Then you're going to go to the correct sign up. So you may have to switch back to your signups. And then go to the correct grade and the correct teacher, and then enter in the parent's information, email address. Once you've entered in the parent's information, the child's information, and clicked submit, the parent will receive a new email notification with their date and time and correct teacher. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment, and please do like and subscribe to my YouTube video. Thanks.